Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
Thanks to the Student Bookstore and Happy Valley Live for being our sponsors, and I was hoping we get a barbershop to be a sponsor.
Well, yeah, getting there.
Oh, you're a mess.
Getting there.
I've got to give you credit. You are a mess.
The last time I asked one of the people I know that cuts hair, he said, "What do you need it for? It looks nice." I said, "No, I'm not used to being this long."
What the heck are you talking about? Jeepers, gas. Really? Holy man.
I've had to slick it as best as I can just to keep it straight.
What a mess. Okay. So, the Olympics, very quickly. Michaela Schifrin has a very complicated Olympic legacy. Has she ever won? Yeah.
Yep.
But, she dominates during the course of the season. And then when she gets to this, it's a real struggle. And
that happens for others, too. It's not just her. We've seen it so many times. Look at Michelle Kwan in figure skating. How many years? Lindsay Jacobellis in snowboarding.
Well, today she hit a foul ball. The U.S. won a bronze in the combined on the women's side. But it wasn't her and Breezy Johnson. Okay? Breezy Johnson put them in great shape today, the downhill gold medalist. The first run by Breezy Johnson, she goes down and does the downhill thing, crushes it. And then they get to Schifrin. And she lost time to the leaders at every single checkpoint all the way down and finished, right? They ended up finishing fourth. Fourth. It's just, it's interesting. This has not been her, this is not watching the great Ingemar Stenmark and all the others that go down and in a year they dominate whatever. She hasn't done in the Olympics. I'm talking about skiing, right? When she gets to the Olympics, she dominates nothing. Wait, it's like.
And like I said, it happens. It happens with a lot of athletes. I don't know if it's the pressure or if it's just the luck that isn't on your side. It definitely happens.
But she was handed a golden opportunity today. Because Breezy Johnson's first run put them in the spot.
Yeah.
They're there.
Yeah.
And she finished fourth. And the two of them combined to finish fourth.
Yeah.
She won 2 golds and a silver in her first 2 Olympics. She hasn't won a medal in any of her 6 races.
No.
All right, so this is 7 races in a row now where she hasn't medaled at all.
It's how the Olympics go. I think it's you look at, and I'll use another comparison with the summer. You go back to when the Magnificent Seven, when the gymnastics team won the gold medal. Yeah. They had the most dominant lead you can have. They get to the final vault. Dominique Mucciano falls twice. Carrie Strug falls once. Lands an unbelievable landing to get the U.S. the gold medal. They wouldn't have won had she not had that landing. So it's so many times
she's had
inches.
She's had an incredible career, but this stage has not been her stage.
Mm-mm. No, and
she's going to be the star. And they keep putting her out there. I got to go watch her. Go watch her do what?
Yeah. Well, I go back to Lindsay Jacobellis in snowboarding. She's number one. Doesn't medal the 1 year at all. The following year, the first time she's in position to get the gold medal, grabs her board. Whether or not it was to showboat or whether or not it was for balance, I don't know. But she falls, doesn't medal, and it's unbelievable. It's remarkable. To what makes the Olympics the most exciting part is. You feel like somebody is in position to win the gold medal, and it goes away from them.
But it's just like we keep having it thrown in our face all the time, and I'm like going, no offense, I don't see it.
Well, you see
I know you got it's look, the skill and the degree of difficulty and so forth.
Sure,
but don't keep throwing in the best, and I'm sitting there like watching the last couple of Olympics, and I'm like going, I don't see it. Right? Yeah. Now, I don't watch.
No, I don't either, but
in between 4 years, I get reports as to how she does, but it's like I don't watch her. Kansas last night did something they have never done at Fog Allen Fieldhouse. They beat the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
They've never done that at Fog Allen. They did it at Hoke one time in 1953 when Kansas State was number 1. But at Fog Allen, they've never done it.
Never done it.
They do it last night without Darren Peterson. Sick. I'll get to that in a moment. Okay? Because that is a big-time management issue right there. Huge. And it's not something I have not heard of before because I just watched it play out a year ago at Rutgers. Okay. So let's get to Kansas played really well last night. I mean, really well. Council played great. The transfer from Wagner played really well. I thought as a team they played well. Their defense was outstanding because Arizona, which has not lost a game since the Sweet 16, March 27th last year, they hadn't lost a game.
They're undefeated, yeah.
Since that point.
23 now.
They are not a typical style college basketball team. They are very low on the percentage of points that they get from 3. They are very much a pound it, drive it to the basket team. They use their height. They try to just stuff it down your throat. And then, of course, play solid defense at the other end. Well, last night, the Kansas defense did a great job of just building a wall around the basket. I thought their drop coverage was excellent, and they didn't really give Arizona a lot of room to operate. And then when, of course, it came time to hit some threes, they did hit a couple of threes, but that's not their game. And they almost pulled it off because they went to full court press. And what did Kansas do against the full court press? It turned it over.
Turned it over.
I mean, I know all of you think that only Penn State turns the ball over against the full court press. I know you think that. I've been around you now for decades. I know how you think. Okay. But as somebody who actually takes the time to watch other games, I can tell you everybody does it. Last night, Kansas gets the ball. Nope, turned it over. Kansas panicked. Then the next time Kansas ran it, they did beat it down the floor.
Yeah.
But Arizona all of a sudden puts itself in a great spot at the end because of the turnover. They get a shot. They score. And Kansas gets a great win last night. Bill Self does a great job. Dozens of scouts and NBA executives have flown to Lawrence to see Darren Peterson. He had flu-like symptoms, really. Self said he knew Peterson wasn't himself, but figured adrenaline would kick in. No.
I tell you, when a coach says that, that's not a good sign.
Right.
And we have seen so many, and obviously Michael Jordan's the most known, we know that, but we have seen so many players play under the weather that go out there, and adrenaline absolutely takes over. There's no question about it. Heck, adrenaline takes over in an injury that is season-ending sometimes, and you're out there playing.
He's missed 11 games this year.
Yeah.
Okay. We saw this last year with Dylan Harper at Rutgers, where I would talk to somebody. I said, "Geez, Harper didn't play today." And they said, "Yeah, mystery injury, mystery illness." this kid is giving one the impression that he's doing the same thing. Hey, I don't doubt he's sick.
No, I don't either, but
I'm not going to sit and see again. What have I said forever on this show about injuries or illness? Everyone thinks it's the coach that's pushing them to play.
Yeah.
And you could be so far from the truth. It is stunning. And again, it goes back to what I talk about all the time. It's amazing how little people actually do know. Right? The doctor has to check the box. The trainer has to check the box. And guess what? Guess who overrules everybody?
No doubt about it.
The player is the one that has to check the box. The coach has no box.
No.
He's told by the doctor. He's told by the trainer. Oh, and by the way, then he has to go and talk to the player.
Yeah.
Right? The coach has no control over what's going on. And people think the coaches control everything and they push up. Please,
it's ridiculous.
It is time to listen to people who are around it, because it will give you more information as to how to understand how sports today works. If the kid says he can't go, guess what? They can't play him. They cannot play him. Okay? He forced me. Well, that's the last thing you need in the press conference. He forced me. What? He forced you? In the hue and cry. This kid's missed 11 games. You're playing the number one team in the country, and he did not give it a go last night. Yeah,
I don't understand that. I just it's baffling in so many ways, and you just talked about it. You look at who determines who plays or not. Yes, the doctor can overrule the player without question.
Oh, no,
if the doctor says you're not playing, you're not playing.
That's what I mean. You have to, every step. If the doctor says you can't go, you can't go.
No.
Actually, it'll start with the trainer. If the trainer says you can't go, you can't go. But if the trainer's like, okay, I need the doctor.
The doctor, and the doctor tells you.
Okay, yes or no. But the bottom line is the
player's going to be the one. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just...
Look, and I've been around players where they sit there and there's nothing that can keep the guy off the field, right?
I've been around plenty. Absolutely.
Oh no, I've been around guys where I say, "Look, I'm telling you, Coach, my ankle's fine," and then you watch him work
out. He can't even walk.
I go on the floor, like, "No, I'm good. You're like going, "Okay." So I see that.
Yeah.
Okay? But then I see the expression we use all the time: extremely unimpressive X-rays.
Yeah.
My thumb really bothers me.
It's unbelievable.
Right. Your thumb bothers you. Your thumb.
You look at
then they look at the X-rays. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the thumb. It really bothers me. Can't go. Yeah, but the game's Monday. Today's Thursday. No, I can't make it. I've seen guys.
I've seen plenty of times
that have said Thursday.
Yeah.
I can't go. I can't go.
Yeah. I saw
it in the preseason in basketball this year.
Sure. Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Like they were told it was a preseason game. They were told 5 days ahead. I don't think I'm going to make it. Like, I'm going to make it. You're practicing. I don't think I can play. Really?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
It's fine.
And
then you get the Jason Cabindas and Brandon Bells of the world, who get themselves out there for Ohio State. Neither one's supposed to play. And Penn State's going to play a guy on Saturday, in Nate Biddle.
Yeah.
When he got hurt, I'm trying to think what game he got hurt in. They said it was 4 weeks. He came back in 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 weeks came back. It's going to be a 4-week injury. 2.5 weeks.
And you look at, even in the history of sports, the all-time greats, Michael Jordan, how many times did he miss a game? Kobe Bryant, same thing. Tom Brady, aside from tearing a ligament that took him out for an entire year, never missed a game. Jerry Rice sawed off his cast when he tore an ACL. Aaron Rodgers, same thing. Ruptures in his kid's Achilles, he busts his butt to try to get back. Yeah. And look at where these guys are. They're the Hall of Fame. They're some of the greatest of all time. They're playing. That's the one thing I think I got out of NBC paid Michael Jordan a lot of money for one interview. But the one point that he made in that interview that sticks out to me is his criticism of load management, because it's absolutely accurate 1,000%.
Sure it is.
You're being paid to play a certain amount of games. what are you doing that you can't play those games if you're not completely injured to the point that you can't go?
Michael Jordan's last season with the Washington Wizards, he played all 82 games.
In his 40s.
Yeah. He played all 82 games.
It doesn't make any sense. Or his late 30s, I guess he was. But still, it's just...
And I don't... There's so many athletes I have great respect for where, like, they're going to go no matter what. Right? The Saquon Barkleys of the world, people
Absolutely.
like that. Right? And, you got a chance to get a record. Nah, I'm done for the day. I've gained over 100 years. Let Will Shipley do it. He doesn't go out and do something meaningless, just to rack up something and whatever. It's like, I cracked 2,000 yards. I mean, let Will Shipley play. I mean, he's worked hard. Did the same thing here with Nick Urie. Nick Urie gained made a 4-yard carry. 4-yard, it's the only carry in Nick Urie's career. One that may have been against Georgia State, maybe. The guy jumping up and down on the sidelines and then grabbing him, hugging him, and left the field. Saquon Barkley. You have to.
Need leadership.
Everybody's different.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Everybody's
absolutely
different.
No doubt.
And
you look at normal America. People call off sick for what reasons? People go to work pretty much 365.
What was your excuse last week?
My excuse last week? Load management.
So everybody knows we alternate.
We do.
Kyle and Jason alternate.
Load management, I tell you. But yeah, no, same thing. And then that's, like I said, that's your blue collar American right there. They go, some of them go to work 365. You got to send them home and flat out tell them they're going home. Then you have the others that are the opposite.
Yeah,
it's literally.
I mean, I'll stay after a practice, and I'll see, like, the basketball players. Like, they're all still out there, taking shots, kidding around a little bit, taking more shots, shooting free throws, things like that. Like, they're gym rats.
Yeah.
Okay. Football, I'll see guys out there, it didn't quite go right today. Right? I'll give you the Saquon example. One night he dropped 2 kickoffs. It was a Sunday night. I remember exactly what I said to him. Like, he's like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I said, hey, it's not Saturday. That's all I said to him. It's not Saturday. He stayed out there for an extra 10 minutes fielding kickoffs because he didn't want to drop one ever again.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got a lot of guys like that and a lot of women like that have that kind of attitude and also have a love for the game. And then you've got some other people where you just have incredible questions as to, what do they love more, the money or do they love the game?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no question about that. And that's where...
And so I'm sitting there, and I'm an NBA guy. And when he plays, he's good.
Sure.
When he plays, he's good. I'm trying. Was it the Baylor game I was watching where he made a couple of big plays down the stretch, but didn't do much up to that point? But then when they needed him, he had 2 big threes, and it was like, okay. I get, credit where credit's due. And when I've watched him play, I think he's really good, but he's not the second coming of anything.
No, not at all.
Really, really good. He is really, really good. But I'm not sitting there saying he is not going to change your franchise.
No, I don't think so.
Victor Wembanyama can change your franchise.
Yeah. And Wembanyama played with a blood clot.
Yeah.
Until he was told not to.
Right.
Yeah, and that's that again. That's just it's the difference you see so many times. I've been, we've obviously you're at practice a lot more than I am, but we're lucky enough to see practice under James Franklin, under Bill O'Brien, at times. But one of the practices I remember that I had the chance to see that I was really fortunate to see was in 2001. I saw the Lakers practice in their prime, and Kobe Bryant pushing Shaq to hit free throws. You're making 50. You're making 50. That's leadership. That's will to win. That's just being out there and just absolutely making your team better. And that was before Kobe, I think, matured under Phil. that was an 01 where I don't
Sure.
think he was there yet. And he was still doing that.
Right.
Which is absolutely just, he still showed signs of leadership, as selfish as he was at that point. And if Kobe were here today, unfortunately he's not, he'd probably tell you that.
Right. I mean, Joe Crispin played on the same team with Kobe Bryant. And he says the drive was real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one of the reasons Joe felt he and Kobe got along pretty well is that Joe had a little swagger as to what he did out there, too. And Kobe respected that.
Yeah.
So, but that is a big part to me. I mean, I want, to me, the great players are the ones that not only have the great athletic talent, no question.
Sure.
But when you have drive, determination, and a love for it, now you have somebody that's truly special.
Absolutely. A will to make yourself better no matter how good you are. I think that's what separates, I think, good from great very often. Talent can take you only so far. Your work ethic is what takes you even further.
Right.
Again, all those players I just named earlier, number one, they're obvious Hall of Famers. They're amongst the greatest of all time. But at Jerry Rice, I can't name a better receiver. Tom Brady, I can't name a better quarterback. Michael Jordan, best basketball player in my era. Kobe Bryant, in the conversation, is one of the all-time greats without question. Yeah, all of those guys had just tireless, relentless work ethics that were legendary, and people still talk about their work ethics to this day. People talk about Kobe's routine. Right. People talk about how hard Michael Jordan was in practice, and you saw it in the documentary, clear as day. Yep. People talk about the hill Jerry Rice ran all the time in San Francisco, and all of those things that are not national attention, are not on the field or a court, on the game, make a big difference.
Right. It does, and it's when I see a guy, look, when I see a guy out 11 games like that, there is a difference between being hurt and being injured.
Yeah, and we're not even in March yet.
Yeah.
We're not even halfway through February.
Right. I mean, you're out there and you're playing the number one ranked team in the country at home with a wild atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't feed off of that.
And let's start with this. Bill Self can't say anything.
No, and Bill Self
say a word.
In what little he said, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Because adrenaline doesn't take over in that spot. I don't know when it does. Now, I've not played. We've played sports. I've not played at that level, of course, but adrenaline took over for me plenty of times.
Yeah.
And I was not near the level of these guys.
I mean, I'm an NBA guy. I made the trip in to see it. Yeah, am I disappointed I didn't see him? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But do I put in my report, I'm disappointed? Like I don't know if we can count on this guy?
Yeah. They don't forget that. They don't forget those moments, especially in big games if you're not playing.
Yeah.
That's where I think a lot of these scouts separate who they're picking, is how they fared out when the moment was the biggest. You don't think the Raiders are looking at that with Fernando Mendoza right now, with what he was able to do to Indiana, brought him back against Penn State, national title game, at 4th and 5? They're absolutely looking at that stuff.
Well, look at the Big Ten championship game. First play of the game.
Yeah.
He gets absolutely
crushed.
tagged on that play. And went out for one play. His brother comes in and comes right back out. Mm-hmm. That guy now goes up my draft board because that tells me something about him.
It's tough, yeah.
Now, when it comes to Peterson, the draft will come up in June, and ESPN will spend an entire chunk of time telling us the greatness of the young man, the incredible, he's going to elevate the league, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and probably will not mention the fact that We are not.
At that point, he's missed 15 games because he's missed 11 already.
We don't punch the time card every night.
Yeah.
They won't mention it because,
Nope.
again, it's like, as I've said a million times, ESPN, to its credit, is not good at sports.
No, they struggle. They try to make it too much like entertainment, and that's
the E in ESPN.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, I think this is a double-edged sword. The "what have you done for me lately" in this world exists so much. And look, he goes on to have a great March. They're going to remember that. They're not going to remember any. You're going to forget about this stuff. And for a coach, the same thing. Coaches lose their jobs because it's the "what have you done for me lately" world. Same thing with players. That's the unfortunate part, I think, of all of this.
Well, no, I have a note here from the company. They want to know what you've done for them lately.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, St. John's won last night. Another one for Rick Pitino. Look, Rick can flat out coach.
Oh, there's no question. That. No question.
And you know what's interesting about Rick? Is that he has such a great reputation for being a great coach that if you read any of the New York articles, New York Post, Daily News, does the Times cover sports? Maybe.
Sort of. Yeah, a little bit.
But the Daily News, the Post, whatever, whenever something doesn't go right, they blame the players. They don't blame
him. They don't blame Pitino. How about that?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, look, I mean, like last night was a gutsy game. They played Xavier. Richard, his son, coaches Xavier now.
Yeah.
So they're going to face each other a minimum of 2 times a year, sometimes 3. But it's the game goes overtime. Terrific game. Finally, Xavier at the end confused me on their shot selection as to what they were trying to do. It's like they tried to take a mid-range jumper, which was a tough play, and it was. If I'm St. John's, that's what I want them taking. Like, okay. Now, if you're asking yourself, gee, you watched all this college basketball last night. Did you watch the Olympics? No. Like a little bit, maybe.
I saw a little bit of the girls' hockey game. That was it.
I saw that in the afternoon. That was in the afternoon. I watched a little bit in the afternoon. I want to see how Tessa Janicki did. And she played really well again. And so did Team USA. They're terrific. I think they have Canada next.
Yes, they do.
And I saw a little bit of the figure skating last night, a little bit. Because I watched Oregon, Indiana was the primary game I wanted to watch last night. And then when that was over, I flipped over and watched the last 10 minutes of Arizona, Kansas. So, yeah. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's that was on my watch list last night. I am not going. I'm going to Washington and Oregon. I will not be going to Northern California. So I will not be able to bring you back any 49er souvenirs. Now, if you want, we can bring home some of those 49ers Super Bowl 60 champion T-shirts. The ones that are being distributed now.
They're being distributed. Did they even take the time to make those? Probably made the Patriots. I don't think they made anybody else. They make anybody else?
They probably just had the time to silk screen a bunch for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was thinking that. That's probably what it did. They probably made the Patriot Super Bowl champion shirts are going to be out there. There's no question.
In foreign countries, not
here. There's no doubt. The only time I ever saw it make it here, I saw at a liquidation store once Tennessee Titans Super Bowl champion shirts.
Okay.
When the Rams beat them. That's the only time I have ever seen a shirt that is not supposed to be there. That's the only time I have ever seen it make this. But you're right. I think it usually gets shipped off, and you have no idea. It's probably in hindsight should have grabbed it. It's probably one of the rarest shirts I've ever seen.
But you know what's interesting is that you know what I like about what Kyle Shanahan does. I feel like Kyle Shanahan actually. We talk about like how smart he is as a play caller and so forth. I feel like he keeps it simple.
Oh yeah.
I think he keeps a lot of things simple, and that's what really struck me about Mike Macdonald and watching him the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Mike Macdonald See, this is a feel for the game thing. And he obviously
He's
has a great feel for the game.
One of the best.
Because
Yeah.
if you look at the game, what's been the big trend everywhere? I don't care whether how often they go for it on fourth down in high school. I got to ask you because you do the high school games. I don't know.
At the very least, hard count, I'd say 50% of the time go for it on fourth down. At the very least, hard count, though, you're looking at 75 to 80% if you factor that in. So I think probably 50%.
Go. Okay.
Yeah, probably about 50%.
We see it obviously in college much more now. People going for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
The NFL.
All the time. Too much. Way too much.
I'm watching games being lost because they're doing it.
Absolutely.
Not being won, but
Absolutely.
being lost because they do it. And then I watch this guy. He plays in the biggest game.
Yeah, he punts the football at the 40-yard line.
Right? In the biggest game of his life. And doesn't go for it once on fourth down.
No.
Because he had the ability in what is the craziness of the Super Bowl to be the calmest guy in the building and say, okay, you know what? We'll take the points. It's the first half. Let's take the points.
Yeah.
Right? Come down the field again. It's the first half. We'll take the points. In other words, I'll save my fourth down decisions.
Yeah. That's knowing your team, too.
Yeah. I've got my defense is playing great.
Absolutely.
I don't think they can score on us. And I want to make sure I'm taking the points.
Sure.
And again, you do, and there's a little risk in kicking. Here's the risk.
Absolutely.
Here's the risk. The NFL rule's different than college because the spot, if you miss the kick, the spot goes back to where the kick took place, not the line of scrimmage. So you're giving up 7 yards.
Yep.
If you miss it. So there is a little bit of risk there. But I've talked about this so often, especially in the first half. Excuse me. Take the points.
Sure.
And he goes out there. He took the points. He took the points 4 times in the first half and had a 12-0 lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that to me is shows that you are the calmest guy in the room, that you're thinking the game through. Then conversely, the surprise to me was what Mike Vrabel did. They finally scored to make it 19-6. So you started the possession. Okay, 3 possessions down, right? So now I score. I'm 2 possessions down, but the 2 possessions mean 2 touchdowns. I kick the extra point. I'm still down 2 possessions, which means I have to get 2 touchdowns. Field goal doesn't help me. But if I do go for 2, I'm either in the same spot I was before, 2 touchdowns down.
Sure.
Or I've now changed the scoring dynamic of the game by making it at 19-8, where now I get a touchdown. Oh, and now I can kick a field goal, so I can get a touchdown and 2-point conversion, and I can kick a field goal. And guess what? I've got a tie. And for some reason, and there was 11 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
Right. I'm thinking to myself, how many possessions do I have left in the game?
Yeah.
How many possessions? And the way Walker's running the ball, how many possessions do I have left in the game? And I think Mike Vrabel miscalculated.
I think he did too.
Right. Now, did it matter? No, they weren't going to win the game.
Nope.
Right. It didn't matter. But I'm talking. But see, for people who think when you talk about take the points, oh, you don't understand modern football and da-da-da-da-da, and you haven't adapted. No. Okay? What did I just talk about Mike Vrabel should have done? He should have gone for 2 points. Right?
Sure.
To change the dynamics with the number of possessions remaining in the game and the fact that now I've got a touchdown 2-point conversion, and a field goal now I brought back into play. And there's a time and place for all of this stuff, including going forward on fourth down. But we've just watched an NFL playoff where I watched an experienced head coach and a guy that doesn't have a lot of experience as a head coach, both lose playoff games because of their decision-making on fourth down.
Yep. And you see their decision-making, you see how they present themselves, you'd think Mike McDonald was the experienced coach. This is a guy that just is impressed me in so many ways.
Yeah.
First of all, the way he handles the media, because I don't know who asked it, but I was tired of hearing, it's 4th and 1 at the 1 yard. That's 25 seconds left at the 1 yard line. What are you going to do? That's not a question to ask. Mike McDonald absolutely played it perfectly, said, hey, he went to 2 Super Bowls in a row. That's hard to do. Perfect answer.
Yeah.
And you look at what he's done with this team. He took over. He basically said, all of you that are a headache, you're out of here. DK Metcalf, gone. Tyler Lockett, gone.
You know what? See, and that to me is, I see Matt Campbell doing the same thing with this team.
Yeah.
I see Matt Campbell doing the same thing. Matt Campbell, what he said Wednesday last week when you were out partying, you have no idea what I'm talking about there.
During signing day, are you saying?
Yeah, you were out partying. I mean, you usually party on signing day. But he got up and he said, look, he said, I'm not going to sacrifice, he says, character for talent.
Right.
He wants to get high talent and high character. He wants the combination of both. He's not going to sacrifice it. And, for example, the Dallas Cowboys are an organization where I feel like they have sacrificed character.
Absolutely. Raiders, same thing.
The Raiders have sacrificed
absolutely
character for talent.
Yep.
Because there's so many organizations, and this is in every sport. Well, we'll bring him in here,
and we'll turn him around.
Culture will make him.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. There's a guy that kept getting in fights for the Patriots on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nobody's changed him. Not three teams he's played for.
Nobody's changed him.
Nope.
Right? And believe me.
And it's a reason the first team said you're out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a reason the second team said you're out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I have not talked to some NFL general managers. Right? I've been fortunate to talk to NFL general managers. And they will tell you that is a big issue. Right? They need to have really, talented players, but they have to have character people.
Yeah.
Right? We just talked about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's the definition of
100%
great character.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts is the definition of great character. Sure. Right?
Absolutely.
We have questions about A.J. Brown right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's like in the locker room. I don't know. But, the public persona and the whining, moaning, and complaining through his agent, his people, or whatever you want to say, and then they start forcing the ball to him. Did he make more catches down the stretch? Yes.
Sure.
Did they win more games?
Nope.
No. Because they sacrificed what they were doing to appease somebody.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
It's not how it works. It's not how it works. Look at all the trouble Antonio Brown has caused off the field.
Oh.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Look at all the problems when you watch a game with George Pickens.
Yeah, they're going to franchise tag.
I
think trade at some point, but they're going to franchise him.
But I don't care how many big plays he made for the Steelers.
Yeah.
If I'm running the Steelers, he is not in my locker room.
No.
I don't want him in my locker room.
And that's what separates.
And I know talent-wise.
They did the same with Claypool. Look, you're out of here.
He's a great talent. Well,
yeah,
they also got a second-round pick.
I couldn't believe that.
That never happened.
I could not believe that at all.
Really?
Yeah, could not believe that.
The Claypool thing was the 6th or 7th. You got to be kidding me.
Second Claypool makes that catch with 15 seconds left and Showboat's first down when they have no timeouts. Right. That would be the day I would have told him to pack his bags.
Get out of here.
Absolutely would have been the day. And then he sits there and blames something else. Like, get lost.
Right.
There's no way.
Right. I mean, sorry. Everybody always, dances around this stuff. Like, Bill Self did the best he could of dancing around why his guy didn't go last night.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well,
and still nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it with his answer.
He danced it around enough, but also made it plain exactly how he felt about it. Not enamored with it, but said it in such a way where, like, credit where credit's due.
Sure.
Hey, love of the game is, you get to make so much. Look, I know that the amount of training and the hard work you put into it, it's difficult. All those days that fans don't see. You don't see.
Sure.
I've seen guys carrying sandbags up hills. I've seen guys on the sled. I've seen those guys pull the weighted sled, rolling tires, everything. I've seen all that over the years. 6 o'clock in the morning, I've gone out there at 6 a.m., watched workouts, seeing who's competing out there, who's doing it, who really wants it. I've seen garbage cans where they weren't meant for garbage. And then in the end, when you play the game, you're a competitor, there's fierce competition, but that should be the fun day.
Absolutely.
It should be the fun day when you play the game. All the other days leading up, those are the days where you ask the questions, you make the corrections, you stop the practice, say, we've got to do this. No, you didn't quite do that. Okay, let's go back. Let's redo it. Okay, everybody, let's redo the play. We've got to go back again. Right? When you get to game day, it should be the fun day.
I agree.
Okay? Every sled that you pushed, every pass pattern you ran, everything should be the fun day. And when I see guys holding themselves out, it tells me that the game is not fun to them.
No. And that's why these later draft picks have emerged as much as they have in the last 15 to 20 years. Guys like Kurt Warner, Julian Edelman, even to a lesser Jamal Anderson in Atlanta before he got hurt. Now, and obviously, guys like Brock Purdy, guys like Fred Warners. These are guys, Puka Nacua.
London Fletcher.
Yeah, these are absolutely guys that had to prove themselves. Marquise Colston in New Orleans had to prove themselves.
How often have you heard me say? Right, you know what I'm going to say here.
Yep.
If you're a top 3 round pick, you've got to play your way out of the league. Because they'll give you chance after chance because, especially a first round pick. But if you're a 4 through 7 or an undrafted free agent, and when I mean play your way into the league, I'm talking about getting that second contract. You've got to play your way into the league. And the guys that we just talked about have all had to play their way into their second contract to play their way into the league.
Absolutely.
Nothing's handed to them.
Yep.
Right? And they know that. They know they have to outwork other people around them to prove themselves. And love of the game, it's that my question, without knowing the young man at all, because I've never been in the same building with him. I mean, have I ever seen Kansas play in person in basketball? Yeah, I did. 3 years ago I saw him. It's the last time I saw him in person. But I've never been around the younger man in my life.
No.
The open question I would have is, does he love to play basketball? Or is he going to spend the entire time just protecting himself because the money and the investment means more than the game?
Yeah, which it shouldn't.
No, I'm just saying it's a question.
No, it's a good question, and that's absolutely, and it's a question I think you can ask so many right now in sports. And it's unfortunate that you have to ask it.
I mean, do you love this show?
Darn right.
All right, okay. Are you willing to take a polygraph? All right. Just asking. Just asking.
That's not a buzzer going off back there.
I don't know. Jason trying to play it cool. Oh, yeah.
How much does water influence the...
Oh, boy. All right, so tomorrow I will be in Seattle. The parade steps off at 11 in the morning. A few blocks from my hotel. Not many, just a few blocks. You know me pretty well.
Yeah.
Am I going to go?
No. No.
No. I'm not going to go. Has nothing to do with that. The only parade I ever want to be around,
It's a Penn. Yeah, absolutely.
is a Penn State
Sure.
victory parade. After that, I'm thrilled for the people of Seattle. It's
so
the third ever champ. Actually, technically the fourth ever championship for the city.
Yeah, technically 4.
Because they won a Stanley Cup in 1917. The first ever United States team to win a Stanley Cup. But I don't think that's really okay. But the Supersonics won once, and now the Seahawks have won twice. So it's a great moment for the city, and I'm sure they'll have a great time tomorrow. And I've got to do a show between 10 and noon tomorrow anyway, so I'll be at my hotel, and maybe I'll look out the window and go, oh, look, a float. It's going to wrap up, I can think, at the Space Needle tomorrow. So.
Nice.
And then our game tomorrow night, East Coast time, rather late.
10:30.
10:30. It is not the latest.
I'll be dozing off Thursday morning.
It is not the latest I have ever broadcast.
No, you called a game at midnight at least.
In Casper,
Yeah,
Wyoming.
I remember that. That was here.
Casper, Wyoming, I did that game. 1988.
Oh, yeah.
1988. Wyoming played Gonzaga in the opening game. Penn State was the nightcap, and I think Wyoming Gonzaga went overtime. Like, okay. So Penn State did not start the game until 10 o'clock Mountain Time, which was midnight Eastern.
Here. Yeah.
So I went on the air at 11:30 Eastern. Game was at midnight Eastern. It went overtime because Southern Illinois Freddie McSwain banked in a three-pointer from 40 feet. Like, that's just great. This is after Christian Appleman and 2 free throws give Penn State, with 7 seconds to go, gave him a 3-point lead.
Yep.
They got the ball to midcourt, 4 seconds left. McSwain goes to his right, banks it in, go overtime. So instead of getting out of there at 2 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, I got out of there at 2:45 in the morning Eastern time, which was 12:45 Mountain time. And guess what? Because Wyoming was playing in the Holiday Bowl, because they won the WAC championship, not the Mountain West, the WAC championship. They had to play Barry Sanders and Oklahoma State in the Holiday Bowl. So the whole state was all excited and all hepped up for it. They moved the tournament back to accommodate the Holiday Bowl. And so I'm sitting there going, I'm getting back to the hotel at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 Eastern.
Yeah.
We're going to tip the game off at 1 o'clock with Gonzaga. 1 o'clock. 3 o'clock Eastern time. Like, 1 o'clock. I just got back to the hotel and I said, they're going to play in 12 hours? Wow. So guess what I did? I stayed up until 4 in the morning because, man, I was prepping Gonzaga.
Yeah.
And Penn State lost the game by 6, 77 to 71, something like that. And some right around there. Maybe it was 79, 73, something like that. And I was the third guy in the Penn State football network at the time. So the Wyoming guys asked me to come on at halftime. Well, okay. So after this odyssey, I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And so, hey, Wyoming had a great year, great football team. They earned their spot, the whole thing. What about today's game? I said, well, today's game, this is a big problem. I said, well, I mean, what do you think? I said, with all due respect, I think Oklahoma State's not only going to win. I said, with all due respect to your audiences, they're going to win big. Well, I don't know. I think, we think they can contain Barry Sanders. And I said, Barry Sanders is going to go over 300 yards rushing tonight and score 5 touchdowns. They're like, right. 312, 5 touchdowns. I rest my case. Off to Seattle. for a late night, right? This is not going to be breakfast at Wimbledon. Okay? Just so you know, this is late night snack in Seattle.